Hi, Kevin here. Nice to see you again. Well, today I wanted to share with you one of my favorite springtime soups. It's a classic watercress soup, and it's as delicious today as it was during the Victorian era. I'm going to make the soup in my well-loved 5-quart Dutch oven. You could use any large soup pot for the soup. And what you do is put 2 tablespoons of butter in the pot, and then add about a tablespoon or so of extra virgin olive oil. And then we're going to warm the butter and the olive oil over medium heat. When the butter melts, add 1 large onion, roughly diced. Then add a nice pinch of salt. I'm using kosher salt here. And some grinds of black pepper. Give the onions a stir just to coat them with the butter and the olive oil. And then lower the heat. Put the heat at its lowest setting and then cover the pot and let the onions sweat until they're perfectly soft. That will take 5 to 6 minutes. Alright, while the onions are softening, grab 1.5 pounds of russet potatoes. That's about 2 potatoes. And then peel them. And I like to use this wide Y peeler. It makes peeling potatoes a fairly easy job. And then roughly dice the potatoes. And here are the potatoes all roughly diced. It's the potatoes that are going to thicken the soup. You won't need any cornstarch or flour. All right, the onions are nice and soft, so now add the potatoes, or the potatoes, and then add 6 cups of plain water. There's 4. And here's 2 more to make 6. And then raise the heat. And we're going to bring this to a boil. All right, the potatoes have come to a boil, so now lower the heat. And then partially cover the pot. And let the potatoes simmer until they are absolutely tender for about 10 or 15 minutes. All right, while the potatoes are simmering, let's have a look at the watercress. What I have here is 1 bunch, or about 200 grams of cress, and I did buy this at my local farm store. If you have a halfway decent supermarket near you, I'm pretty sure that market will sell watercress. What you do is wash it really well in cold water and then chop it just roughly. And we're going to use both the stems and the leaves. There, we're chopped. This soup is terrific for entertaining because you can make it up to 3 days ahead of time. You can even freeze the soup for up to 2 months. All right, the potatoes are definitely tender when pierced with a knife, so turn off the heat and then add 1 cup of either fresh or frozen peas. The peas are going to enhance the color, the green color of the soup. They're also going to add just a whisper of sweetness without adding any actual sugar. Stir those in. And my peas were frozen, but they will thaw very, very quickly in this hot brew. Then add the beautiful, healthy, and delicious watercress. Watercress has a slight peppery flavor, but it doesn't shout pepper, okay? It's very, very mild. And the peas are going to offset any of that pepperiness anyway. And just stir the greens into the hot liquid until the leaves start to wilt. And mine are already wilted. So let me pull out my blender because we're going to puree the soup after it cools off for about 20 minutes. So we'll be back. All right, my soup has cooled. So I'm going to ladle it into my Vitamix blender. Oh my gosh, look at this green color, like emerald. I'm going to pour the soup back into the cleaned out Dutch oven. Look at this color. Yes, emerald green. And what a healthy soup. It smells terrific, by the way. Okay, then I'm going to cover this. Well, I'm going to let it come fully to room temperature. And then I will cover it and refrigerate it because, well, let me talk with you. Because this is a soup that is delicious. Hot or warm or even cold from the refrigerator. Okay, I'll come back when it's serving time. Oh, I wanted to show you how thick this watercress soup is, thanks to the potatoes. Look at that. Anticipation. Now, when I serve this soup as a first course, I serve it in small bowls or in these little two-handled bouillon cups. Teacups would work just as well. However, tonight, I'm going to enjoy a large portion as a main course, just for a simple supper, and I'll accompany this with a baguette and, no doubt, a glass of wine. So here's what you do, or this is what I do to garnish the soup. Take some creme fraiche. Let's put a nice dollop in the center. And then take some fresh chives. These are from my garden. And just snip some chives over the soup. Makes a very attractive presentation. Okay, then we're going to head out to the garden. I think I'm going to eat this under the pergola. And here we are under the pergola. It's a lovely evening. Here's the soup. Here's the wine. And here's the baguette. Bon appetit. Delicious. Well, I hope you will give this easy but elegant watercress soup a try someday. And thanks so much for joining me. I will see you next week. Take good care of yourself. Bye-bye for now.